at exponential and logarithmic equations. So far we took a look at the functions. Now we look at equations and learn how to solve the equations. So we'll be learning a few ways to solve expo and log equations. So first we can use equality of logarithms. So let's consider this equation. Log 1 minus x base 3 plus log x plus 5 base 3 equals to log x plus 3x plus 11 base 3. So look at the left hand side. We can actually convert the left hand side to one single logarithm because the left hand side is a sum of two logarithms to the same base. So we use our laws of logarithms to rewrite it. Okay, so we rewrite this whole left hand side as this one logarithm. Okay, and we keep the right hand side, no change to the right hand side. So using our equal logarithms, we can actually see that because they are both log to the same base, the input on both sides should be equal to one another. So that's how we get this, okay? Then we move everything to one side and we simplify. So I expand my left-hand side and I move the right-hand side to the left-hand side to actually reduce the equation down into this quadratic equation, which we can solve. So we get that x equals to -1 or -6. So the question wants us to solve for x. So now we got two values of x equals to -1 and x equals to -6. So that means we're done, right? Well, here's the thing. Substitute x equals to -6 into the original equation. So the original equation actually contained log x plus 5 base 3. So when we substitute x as -6 into that, we actually get log -1 base 3. Okay, then there was also a term that is log 3x plus 11 base 3. And we sub in x as -6 to actually get log -7 base 3. And take note, because the input into a log function must be positive, both of them are undefined, which means that x equals to -6 is not a value of x that x can take on because it will make the function undefined. So the only solution is x equals to -1. And even then, we do still need to check by substituting x equals to -1 into the original equation. So in the previous question, we manipulated the original equation given to get a quadratic equation with two solutions. However, only one of the solutions is a solution to the original equation. So when we solve for equations involving logarithmic functions, we may solve for values of x that are not a solution to the original equation. And this is due to our manipulation of the original equation. Because when we made the quadratic equation, we actually introduced a second solution. So that second solution does not satisfy the original one. So we need to check that the values of x we solved for actually satisfy the original equation. And this is just a problem solving tip for you. Now, the second way to solve logarithmic and exponential equations is converting logarithms to an exponential function. So let's take a look at the left-hand side again. Now I see common log in both terms. However, we're not able to convert it into one log function because this does have a coefficient of 2. So let's bring that 2 up. So I get log or common log x squared minus common log of x plus 20 equals to 1. And now the left hand side can be converted to one logarithm. And using our laws, we get this. Now we convert this into exponential, right? We can actually simplify this down into a quadratic. We will then solve for the quadratic. And remember what we learned earlier. We need to see if all the values of x we get satisfy the original equation. So after checking, I find out that we need to reject minus 10 because it does not satisfy the original equation. So the only solution is x equals to 20. Okay, now let's take a look at this question. How do we solve for x? Take note here, we have an x in the base, and that makes it very difficult to work with. So we will definitely need to somehow get rid of this x in the base. So you should be able to tell that we need to use change of base formula to rewrite this into base 2. Now, why did I choose base 2? I did not choose base 2 because this is 2. I chose base 2 because the other logarithm in the equation is base 2. So again, to make the equation consistent, to make it easier to work with, I make this base 2. So my numerator, this thing becomes 1, okay? So it will just be 25 over log x base 2. And I multiply throughout by log x base 2 to get log x base 2 whole thing square equals to 25. Now I want you to take note of this. Log x base 2 whole thing square does not equal to 2 log x base 2. 2 log x base 2 is log x square base 2. This and this are different, and there are people who confuse them, okay? Especially under exam stress, they think they're the same because they look similar, but they're not. So now, continuing on, we will square root both sides. To get log x base 2 is plus minus 5. And do not see negative 5 and immediately reject it. Because even though exponential functions cannot produce a negative output, logarithmic functions can. So we consider both cases. Log x base 2 equals to 5. Make x the subject. So x equals to 2 to the power of 5. Now, how do I go from here to here? It's just the opposite of rewriting an exponential function into a logarithmic function. So just now we rewrote exponential functions to logarithmic functions. So now we're rewriting logarithmic functions into exponential functions. Okay? So I get x equals to 32. Now the second case, log x base 2 is minus 5. Doing the same thing, I get x equals to 2 to the power of minus 5. Do not leave your answer in negative index. So we write it to become 1 over 32. Right. So another problem solving tip. When we have an equation involving logarithms with 2 or more different bases, we should convert all of them into 1. So it's easy to work with because we're able to convert it into one single logarithm. And make sure that the single base is not an unknown. N is the lowest base. What does that mean? When I have log base 8 and base 2, I would not try to convert base 2 into base 8. Instead, I will convert base 8 into base 2. And that's what I did here using the change of base formula. And even better, you look at this fraction, log 2x base 2 over log 8 base 2 can be rewritten as this. So I rewrite 8 as 2 cubed. So this becomes 3 log 2 base 2. And then this whole thing becomes 1, right? So this fraction becomes 1 over 3 log 2x base 2. Right? Easier to work with. And again, from what we learned just now, try to make your base a number. Do not rewrite other logarithms to the base of an unknown. So just now we had log base x. I do not want to make more log functions to the base of x because that's very hard to work with when you have your unknown or the thing you want to solve for as the base. So if you ever have an unknown in the base, try to always get rid of that. So now the third.
Click subscribe to become smarter with Learn Maths Today channel.